Hey guys, it's Curry Gaming, and today I have the answer. I have answers for my Q&A video, my first Q&A video, um, and it's kind of small, but that's okay. I mean, it's my first one, and I kind of wasn't really expecting a lot of questions. I'm sure people will ask me more questions in the future, but like I think it's good to start out small for now. But okay. But anyway, let's get started. Um, so the first question is from. So the first three questions come from Mac Bulldog Mac. He says, "How long have you been a Monster Jam fan?" I say I've been a Monster Jam fan ever since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. Um, um, how I kind of got into Monster Jam, like I just like started watching like the broadcast from like the early 2000s, like from when it was on Speed, and then I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm starting to like this. Like I saw clips from like Bounty Hunter, Gravedigger, and Max D doing freestyle, and like I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like this. Um, so I'd say that's how I've so that's my background of how I became a Monster Jam fan, and yeah, and still to this day I've been a Monster Jam fan. And then the next question, he says, "Do you like any sports besides Monster Jam?" Hmm. I'd say I like football, baseball, and NASCAR and Indy 500. Hmm. And then his final question is, how many Spin Master trucks do you have already? Um, probably, probably about like 50 or 60. I'm not too sure. I didn't count them, but I know I have a lot of the Spin Masters. Um, All right. So those were his questions, and then the next question comes from Kenny D. He says, "Would you rather get Bakugan Dragonoid or the Overcast Blue Thunder?" I'd say I would. I'd say I'd go after both of them, because like they both look really cool. But if there is a situation where I would have to pick one or the other, I would probably go for Bakugan Dragonoid because I mean, it's a brand new truck, and I mean, many people go for the new trucks. Um, but I would still get Overcast Blue Thunder as well because like it looks super cool. Um, but yeah, thank you for the question. All right, and then the next questions come from Monster Jam Collector Racing. Favorite trucks. My favorite trucks. If you're talking about real monster trucks, then I'd say my favorites are Megalodon, Bakugan Dragonoid, Dragon, Zombie, Son of a Digger, and Max D, and El Toro Loco. But if you're talking about like diecast monster trucks, I'd say the ones that look. I'd say my favorite diecast ones like from I'm just gonna say the ones I like from Spin Master. My favorite diecast would be Earthshaker, Pirate's Curse, Brodozer, um, the new Scarlet Bandit, and uh, El Toro Loco Ice. Um, um, oh yeah, and Fire Rottweiler. Um, and then he says, "What truck do you want back in Monster Jam?" Ooh, that's a tough question. Do you? Um, okay, I'm I'm thinking I'd have to pick one for this question. Oh, if I have to pick a specific one that I would want back in Monster Jam, I would have to say Bulldozer, because that was a truck I grew up watching, and it was one of my favorites before it retired. Um, but if I could pick two, I would also pick Taz as well, because that was another one I grew up watching, and I remember when those two trucks were in their prime, and I just think it would be really awesome to have those two come back, and because again, I grew up watching them, and they were two of my favorite trucks. So I'd say either Bulldozer or Taz. Um, so, and then his final question is, do you do trade box if you have similar trucks? No, not at the moment, and I, I don't really specifically, um, know how to do those. Um, but thank you for the question. All right, and then the next question comes from Nintendo Gamer 64, formerly known as Price the MJ Fan. And he says, and his first question is Nintendo or Xbox. I don't own an Xbox, but I've played Xbox at my friend's house and my cousin's house. Um, and they both had like some really cool games that I liked. They were lots of fun. Um, but I own a Nintendo console, which is the Nintendo Switch, and we own a couple of good games for it, like Super Smash Brothers, Arms, and a couple others. I'd say I like them equally both, but if I had an Xbox, then I would say Xbox is number one. But I don't have an Xbox, unfortunately. But the Xbox is super fun because again, I've played it at my friend's house and cousin's house. But yeah. And then he says, "What is your favorite genre of music?" Um, Hard rock and heavy metal. I, I'm sure most of you would say that I'm kind of crazy about that, but that's just my style. I mean, like I'm just into it. But thank you for the question. And then his final question is, do you like cheese? I totally like cheese. I mean, like, I feel like a main course is not complete without cheese. But I'd say for me it kind of depends on the cheese. I'm not a fan of mozzarella, but I do like cheddar cheese, salami cheese, and uh, cheese sauce, if that counts. And American cheese is good too. Um, Swiss cheese can also be sometimes good. So yeah. But thank you for the questions. And then the last question comes from Brian Bay, and he says, "What is your favorite movie?" Um, um, the four Avengers movies, Avengers 1, Avengers Age of Ultron, um, Infinity War, and the newest and latest one, Endgame. Um, and I'm also into the some of the Transformers movies. Like, I gotta say my favorite ones were, I thought Dark of the Moon was really good. Age of Extinction was really good, and I kind of liked The Last Night. Um, and the new Bumblebee movie was really good. So yeah, I'd say the Avengers movies and the Transformers movies. And yeah. All right, so those were all the questions I got from my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, um, tomorrow or later today, I'm going to do the signups video for sign up series number 9. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Till next time. Bye.